My name is Aoife, and I just want to talk to you. Bottom line, I just want to have a discussion, an open discussion. Um, this video is geared towards anyone who is practicing witchcraft or knows someone who's practicing witchcraft, and the whole purpose is to have a discussion, have a discord about what it is that you know of and why you feel like you started getting into it. I know people do it for different reasons. I know for a lot of people, it has given them a sense of like empowerment or control over their life or hope for some people. I know some people struggle with like mental health and it's been help. Like they've gone to it because they believed it would help them with their mental health or it would help them with relationships. I know for some people it gives them a sense of identity and a sense of belonging. For some people, I know it gives like a sense of purpose in community. For some people, they have knowledge, right? They like the knowledge they receive from practicing divination and things of that sort. I just want to give kind of a little bit of context for witchcraft. So it refers to practices involving sorcery, divination, and the invocation of spirits, rituals, sacrifices, um, and often associated with like attempting to influence, manipulate, or predict the future through some supernatural means. So if this is you or you know somebody who's doing it, please stay for the conversation. Um, and you're welcome to send this to anybody else who might want to be part of this combo. Um, but I'm genuinely curious, so I have a couple questions because I felt led to make this video. Firstly, I want to hear your story. I want to hear what happened. Like, why'd you start practicing it? What did it do for you? I know everybody's different. Some people have spiritual awakenings. Some people were initiated. Some people were practicing on lower levels. Some people, I know you're deep in it and you don't even know how to get out. I know it varies per person. I know some people believe in light or dark magic. Um, and I know there's difference per person. So I just want to know for you, what was it? So I just have a couple questions that I just want to ask you. And that being what the first one, because I feel like that's the base thing. And please feel free to share that below. The other thing is, I want you to ask yourself, what does witchcraft do for you that you feel like God of the Bible or Jesus doesn't do for you? And before you click out, I just want to let you know that this is a judgment free zone. I'm not judging anybody who does that. I am not condemning anybody who does that. But I genuinely am just curious to know. I know some people, they've left the church and they've gone into witchcraft. And I just want to understand, like, okay, what was it, if you have experienced God, that witchcraft gave you that you felt like you couldn't get from God? Or what was it, if you haven't experienced Jesus, that you feel like, okay, maybe he doesn't. And if you don't know that, that's fine. Like I was saying earlier, I understand why people go to it. I understand why people are drawn to it. It makes sense, right? So I don't think it's something to judge someone for. Um, but I can only kind of attest based on my experience. And I've always known God to be empowering for me, God to give me a sense of control that I never had. I used to be a really bad control freak. I used to struggle with anxiety that was really severe, anger, bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness. A lot of these things, it almost feels like night and day thinking about it. And I tried it by myself, and it no matter different directions that I took, it just never worked out until I found God. And so that's why I'm like, okay, let's kind of level-headedly have a discussion here. Like let's understand one another. Um, because I know God can give those same things that you can get in witchcraft. Like I know that for a fact. I know that He has hope for you. And technically, witchcraft is something that was created and not something that has always been like God has always been. And I can say that because culturally, my culture invented one of the biggest sectors of, witchcraft, which is African spirituality, which is, I can talk about that a whole nother video. And so I'm speaking from experience of what I know and what I've seen, of the spiritual realm and of witchcraft. And the other question I want to ask you is like, okay, you practicing witchcraft, you're doing that, and when you're practicing divination, like the things that you're asking for, the things you're seeking out, like you get a response, like, and when you the things you're hoping and requesting for through these things, are these things permanent? Like, do they last, or do you feel like you have to maintain these things? Do you feel like it requires more and more of you, that you just kind of keep going deeper? Because I've heard that for a lot of people, where it's like, it starts out with like a small spell, and then now they're doing things that they didn't really expect themselves to do, because these things come at a cost. So if you want a bigger thing done, you have to give a bigger thing done, which is very opposite to the notion of what I understand with Christianity and what I've experienced with Christianity, where God just wanted me. He didn't have anything else but a love that he wanted to give me freely. And I'm sure for it could probably be tiring to have to feel like you have to maintain it and do something else in order to have your request be made seen, or even like constantly, I know for some people it's doing offerings for your altar, like feeling like you have to continue to do that to appease whatever the thing is, or whatever, the deity is that you're trying to receive something from. And the third question, um, is, with like what you feel like it's offering you. I can only speak on what I know Jesus offers you, which I know is for a lot of people that go into witchcraft or have practiced it. And I'm talking again, personal experience, people that I've known, people that I've seen as clients, is that they feel very lonely. They feel very isolated. Um, they feel very sad a lot, and depressed, even before. Like, that's one of the reasons they get it, before and after. But the thing is, like, they still feel sad, so they feel like they have to continue to conjure and do all these things to kind of maintain. And so all I can say is that if you're tired of that, if you feel like it's not working out, if you're open, um, then I would say just try Jesus, because it worked for me and it worked for a lot of people that I know who, have done that, and I think it's worth it. I feel like Jesus brings and offers love, peace, comfort, and I know he wants a relationship with you. So he is willing and he's open, and he wants to love you unconditionally, right? Unconditionally. He wants to love you. He wants to know you, um, if you're open. And then I feel like the other reason God sent me with this message is that he, like I said earlier, he wants to unburden you. He wants to help those who need help. Like in Matthew, I think it's 27, 28 to 30, but he says, all you heavy laborers, he wants to give you rest. He wants to make your burdens light and your yoke easy. He doesn't want you to suffer. He doesn't want you to have to continuously work, to get what you feel like you need. He wants to offer provision, resources, and help. He doesn't want you to keep drowning. Like, being depressed, being anxious is very exhausting. I it's very exhausting. A lot of people also I know have gotten into it because they've been through so much. They've been through so much trauma, and they just need rest. And God offers that. He just wants to give you rest. Um, and I think lastly, I know a lot of people would be like, okay, well, why does God want to be in a relationship with us? Why does he want to, love us, if he doesn't like what we're doing? Well, he believes that as your creator, as the father of something, because thinking about it, if you made something, you're going to love it. So he made you, he loves you unconditionally, like I said earlier, but he also formed you in his image, right? We have emotions because God has emotions. He also said, I knew you before you were in the womb. I already had a plan for you, plans of hope. Like, he is a God that just wants to see us doing our best. and wants to guide and protect us and wants to tell us that we don't have to suffer anymore. We don't have to be alone anymore, and we don't have to carry everything that we thought or were taught that we had to carry. Um, and he is such a meticulous God that he knows every follicle that is on your head. Isn't that crazy? I don't even know every follicle that's on my head. But he loved you so much, and he was so meticulous in creating you that he said, okay, I need to make sure this person has this. It's like a painter and they're painting. You know, there's always going to be an attachment connection. Even when he doesn't agree, he's always going to love you. So if you take anything from this video, take that he loves you. Feel free to leave a comment below. I'm really open to hearing everybody's story. I hope everybody is very loving in the comments. Please do not be disrespectful. And if you heard this and you're curious about Jesus, I could put some passages at the end of this video or in the description section for resources. And also, I implore you to, at night, actually, you can do this anytime, it doesn't have to be at night, but say, Jesus, I would like to accept you into my life, or I just want to see you. Sometimes, if you're not ready for accepting, just ask Jesus, I want to have a spiritual encounter with you. If you're real, I want to have an encounter with you. If you are this God that you say you are, I want you to show up. Ask him, he will. I promise you he will. So if you're curious, ask him, what can you do for me? Help me if you are this God. So call on Jesus' name and ask him. And as long as you're being genuine and your heart is open, I promise you he'll show up. I hope you have a blessed night. I thank you for watching this video, and I can't wait to read your stories. I will try to comment as best as I can. And this is a safe space. At least it's intended to be a safe space. Bye.